Now that you have created your own copy, we are now going to go ahead to learn how to use the template. So once you download your copy, it brings you here as the first page. Please, I would like to advise you to listen or read all the instructions before you start. Read all instructions before you start, because many people have reached out to me and say, oh, I mistakenly deleted this, I mistakenly added this. So please read every instruction on every page. This is the summary page. You are not supposed to edit, delete or add anything in this summary page. You leave it as it is. If at all you want to make adjustment to these figures, just use 0, but don't delete it entirely. So you see now I'm changing this to 0. There must be a figure, so it has a formula. If you delete it, you delete the formula as well. Let me go back. So you can see this red, this is highlighted in red, signaling a loss. You made sales of 20,000. Your expense for the month of May, as you can see here, is 30,000. So it automatically becomes a loss, and that's why it's highlighted in red. But if it's a profit, it will be the usual black. So this sales column, the expenses column, gets its figures from this sheet, the sales sheet. Once you start using this sheet, it will be updating here. You don't need to add anything on this particular summary page. And once you are recording your expenses in this expense tracking, it will also be tracking, it will be recording here. Again, let me repeat, the sales column and the expense column gets its figures from here, the sales, and this one, the expense tracking. You are not supposed to add anything on your own here. The least you can do, or the most you can do, is to just use 0. So you don't want to be confused with these figures. You can see the formula. So if you delete any figure, you delete the formula. I'll just change this to 0 now. And then just watch what will happen in this profit and loss column. It's now 0. So it's your sales minus your expenses that give you your profit all the way to December, from January to December. And then you'll be seeing the summary here, the total income, total expense, and profit or loss. So let's move to the next sheet, the product register. As soon as you get your own copy, you register all your products. What business are you into? What do you sell? Let's use perfume for example, or cosmetics for example. Just list all your items here. Then for the businesses that we use this is quite straightforward. And then I've also created a separate video on how to create a professional invoice using the business records 911 template. So if you need that, just look for it, or I'll send you the link on request. Then let's move to the next one, sales. This is where you record every single sales that happen in your business on a day-to-day basis. From the date, so once you get it, you update. This is straightforward. Name of your business, sales report for 2026. As if we are done with 2026, you just duplicate this file for 2027, 2028, until forever, right? So your dates, you can input your dates, your customer name, your invoice code. So where this invoice comes in is if you have a manual invoice that you used, you can use it just to reference the invoice. You can add the number here. Then these items, so instead of anytime you want to sell, you have to manually type in what you are selling. That's why we created this product register where you record all these items. So once you are selling, you just click on this arrow here, and then you select whichever item you want to sell. Goes all the way down. So that's how it works. Then very important, the only thing you are editing here is quantity and price. You add quantity. I'm buying 5 pieces of itel P38 crown, for instance, at the rate of 3,000 naira. So you see that my amount automatically updated. You are not supposed to delete anything here because it has a formula. You can see it here now. There is a formula. Let me highlight this. there is a formula. So if you delete it, you have deleted the formula. If your business is not charging VAT, you can delete this VAT column here. Then you input your payment mode, whether it's a transfer or cash or POS. Then deposit to which bank. This amount after VAT is if you are paying VAT. We have made it easy for you. You're not supposed to delete anything on this column here. Please just change it, just work with this quantity and price. Once you input your quantity and price, this will update. So don't get the sheet and decide to clear the amount, the figures you can see. No, 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 you are going to delete the formulas. Just leave it as it is. You come your date. It's very important for you to capture the right date, because it's when you use the right date that this summary will capture it correctly. Let's say that you are recording for the month of June and your date is not properly captured for June. So the date is not June. So let me change this one here to June. To June. 17th June. Today is 17th. And I record my sales. I'm buying 5, or let me change it to 6 at 5,000 naira for Note 10 5G. You can see this one automatic. So no need of deleting anything. Once you input your own figures, the total will change to your own. If you delete it, you have deleted the formula. Please, I don't want anybody coming to me and say, oh, I mistakenly deleted, because how many people am I going to? So if 100 people are coming back to me to say they've deleted their formulas, I'm supposed to redo it for 100. No, 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 please just listen to instructions. Don't delete. Once you get the sheet, take time to read the instructions first on every sheet. So this 30,000 now, if we go to the summary, let's check if this 30,000 is reflecting in the month of June. You can see it's our sales capture 30,000 for June. Then let's go to expenses. Instead of March, let me change this to June. 17 June, tea fare from Benin to Abuja, 10,000 naira. I want to see if this 10,000 naira is captured for June. I go to my summary, so you can see 10,000 naira. Then your profit is 20,000 naira. So that's why it's very important for you to use the accurate date. Don't ignore the date. Let's go back to the sales tab. So once you enter your quantity, your price, the amount of date, if your business charges VAT, it also calculates it automatically. And this last column here is the amount after VAT. So VAT is what is remittable to the government, and then the balance is what is yours. It goes all the way to 13,000. So we made it that large so that it can accommodate whatever size or volume of sales you are making. Then let's move to the inventory tab. This one is very important. Please pay attention. Again, come here and read the instructions very well. This spreadsheet is actually very self-explanatory. If you take your time to read the instructions, you'll be able to maximize the spreadsheet. But let's go here. Once you update your products in the product register, just come and copy it. I'm just going to come and copy all the items in the product register. Control C. I go to the inventory tab. I come here and paste it. Control V. I paste it. So whatever I'm doing here, this spreadsheet has been automated. You don't need to understand the back end, but just know that whatever you register here, once you copy it here, it will start reflecting correctly. So this first column here is the opening quantity. What do you have currently in stock? For PS5, how many? Let's use example 25. This one is 20, all the way down. It is only this opening quantity that you are to adjust to, only this one. Once you are using the sales tab, if you are selling, let's go and sell PS5. You will see that this 0 will change. Let's go back to sales tab. I'm creating a new customer here. a new transaction for, let me use 18th June or still 17th June. I'm selling to Dare. I'm selling PS5. I just click on this arrow. I sell PS5. How many? I'm selling 5 pieces, for example, at 2,000. You see what happens? The amount calculated, 5 times 2,000 is 10,000. Out of this 10,000, 7.5 of 10,000 is my VAT, 750. So what is left to me here now is 950. But that's not the purpose of this illustration. I want to see if this 5 pieces is reflecting in the inventory tracking sheet. So let's go back. You can see, oh, it reflected. So you can see that it's actually automated. So the whole tabs are linked together. I had opening stock of 25. I sold 25. For how many is supposed to be left? 20. So this is your expected closing stock, 20. If you check, you have 25 at the beginning of the month, you have sold 5, it's supposed to be 20, but you count stock, you do a physical stock taking, and it's not giving you 20. You can now begin to investigate what happened. So it could be that 2 of your PS5 got damaged or got broken or got stolen. You come and use this adjustment tab, adjustment column. If we are supposed to have 20 and then you did a physical stock taking and stock take and you have 18 and you investigate what happened to the other 2, maybe it was damaged or stolen, so it's no longer 20, right? It's now 18. How do we make it 18? You come and use adjustment, -2, it is now 18. So your expected closing quantity is supposed to align or tally with your physical count. Whenever it's not like that, you come and do adjustment. If so, and then let's say by 22nd of June you made purchases, you want to restock, you make purchases. So let's go to the purchases tab. This is where you have the purchases. 22nd June, I decided to restock from my Chinese supplier this same PS5, and I decided to restock 10 at 20,000 each, or at 15 each. You can see this total automatically updated. So it's the same thing that applies. Do not delete anything here. First of all, you read the instructions and you follow the instructions. So I have 18 of PS5, then I restocked on the 22nd of June, additional 10 pieces. So let me go back to my inventory tab. Let's see if it's reflecting. Oh, you can see now 10 is here now. That 10 purchase I made restocking is showing here. So my expected closing quantity is now 28. Remember, it was 18 plus additional 10, 28. So what this inventory tab does for you is to help you track your stock. Stock tracking, this is where you track your stock, out versus in versus the balance. I have explained the expenses. So this expense category, we have made it easy for you to be able to analyze. That's why we created this category. So you might want to know in a month, how much am I even spending on internet? For some other spreadsheets, you may not see this category. It's just what did I spend on and how much. But if you want to do further analysis, you want to categorize all your expenses based on the various line items. So we have accounting fees, bank charges. There are some business owners that are that particular, they want to actually know how much their bank charges are. So at the end of the month, you can decide to filter this. I want to see for the month of June, how much was actually bank charge, or how much did I spend on delivery, how much did I spend on branding and marketing, how much did I spend on dues, diesel, fuel, electricity. That's why we created this category section. But if you don't, so you already know that repairs of toilet, the category will fall under repairs and maintenance. Anything transportation, the expense category will be transportation. Office internet, so it's very easy. Once you get it, you come. When you read the instruction, you know that you're supposed to come here and impute what you usually spend money on. So for various businesses, what you spend money on will vary. For business A, their expenses will be different from business B. That's why we made it here, so that you can come and impute what you spend money on, in case we did not include it here. Then you come and impute your own banks. These ones that are here are just samples. They might not be your actual. You might have Standard Chartered Bank or any other bank that is not listed here. Just change this. So let's do an example. If I change this one here now to Standard Chartered Bank, let's go and see if it's now reflecting. You see it here, Standard Chartered Bank. Oh, I use Stand Chartered. It's now showing. So you just update that. Then the last tab here is for staff list. If you want, so you can always duplicate your files. If you don't want your staff to see how much each person is earning, maybe for businesses that have staff, they also want their staff to be able to edit this sheet or record transactions, but not to see salaries. You can duplicate this sheet and then you'll be using this one as your own personal, just tracking how much you are paying each person in a month. So it could be that for staff A, the salary is 35, but for the month of June, maybe due to some deductions, you pay 30, just to keep track of what you are paying, right? That's why we created this additional sheet. Take time to listen and watch this video, and you will see that you are going to enjoy this spreadsheet for a very, very, very long time. Thank you.